Thank you. So, first of all, thanks for staying so long. It's been a long day. We want to keep this brief, right? We wanted to just have a little wrap up of the day before, because we are standing between the drinks, you know, and maybe a night out in Paris. And wanted to also give an outlook of what's happening tomorrow. So let me wrap up a little what I think, in my view, were the highlights. To be honest, I was a little bit, you know, I was excited, but also not 100% sure how this day would go. And I'm really happy with you know, how the day went and how the conversations were. So I think it was a really, really good day for Gaia and the broader community around it. It started off, and I'll just recap quickly my highlights. It started off with a great speech of Minister Barrot, and I think that was very supportive and really doubling down on the importance of what we are doing. So that's kind of set the bar high, and I had a couple of conversations with other people from governments across Europe, and they confirmed the same view, right? Spain, Germany. So I think we always need to be aware that we are still on something which is very important for the economy in Europe. My second highlight, and you know, me being a technical person by heart, was definitely the demo. I heard a lot of positive feedback around that. I heard some commentary like, okay, I kind of got lost when Pierre started talking about the mathematical models, but I think that was on purpose. We had more than 2,000 people on the stream. And the hundreds of questions are because there are those people that actually want to use the things we are building. And so I think that's a really strong statement. Secondly, from the demo, I think we kind of gave a glimpse on this catalog thing. And that was only a pilot in the whole thing. But what I really liked about this catalog is it gives us an idea of how many services and service locations are around there. And once we will get it in production next year, already now there are like more than 150 services on it from different, in more than 800 locations, according to that scheme. So it gives us an idea that there is actually supply in the market once we get live with the framework. So that was definitely another highlight of mine. I think the panel discussions this afternoon were also very interesting because they gave a view on the different industries, and I think that's something that makes it more tangible in addition to the lighthouse projects that we have and where we will have sessions tomorrow. So Francesco, what do you think? What's your highlights of the day?
Well, I'm relieved, first of all, because as you can imagine, this was a big event, and everybody was so, let me say, excited, but as well a little bit stressed to make it happen in the best way. I think it was a great success. I'm very happy, and I also want to thank all the team that made this possible, all the colleagues, all the members. We will repeat, let me say, repeat it tomorrow. But yes, Max, I agree with you. Well, in a nutshell, what we wanted to do in these 2 days is the following. Day one, we wanted to show the engine, which is the, let me say, what we called, yes, it's a new concept. Maybe not all of you heard about it before, but I hope it's quite clear. The clearinghouse is the place where to get compliance. And we worked hard to make it, let me say, visible, and we will work even more harder to make it real in the next months. But we wanted to show the thing, the engine of Gaia-X. It's not just a vision. I think we succeeded, so people can understand now this is not just a concept. And tomorrow we want to show real business players, so the market adopting this engine. We are showing the front runners. These 8 columns you see here is 8 lighthouse projects. We hope they're going to be 80 next year. But these 8 lighthouse projects are the front runners, the first adopters of the Gaia-X technology. So with these 2 days we want to show how it works and who has already started working. And tomorrow, you will have to capture key takeaways from the presentation of the Lighthouse projects, because they will go through the same, let me say, model of presentation, asking and responding 3 questions. What was the problem we solved? How was the solution? And why Gaia-X was necessary? And I think this is the key question, because the point we didn't touch was, okay, we have the technology. We need to bridge the gap between traditional and data economy. How we do that? Your own task was very clear and say, we don't have yet the level of maturity. But we have some, let me say, brave examples that tomorrow I hope will be interesting for all of you. Then we will have other sessions that are about, let me say, the political view, but in terms of what are the objectives, the priorities of the governments, how they see Gaia-X instrumental or useful to achieve those objectives. It was mentioned today we have 170 plus billions just dedicated to, 150 plus billion dedicated just to digital in Europe. How to spend them? Well, we want to listen from the government what are their priorities and why they see Gaia-X useful. Then we're going to have also the perspective from the hubs. The hubs are the antenna of Gaia-X. It's the mechanism through which we connect to the territories and to the specific economies. And last but not least, we will have a closing from institutional representatives that will tell their perspective. What I wanted to say is that I'm very excited because we have shown progress. And I think this is the most important thing we wanted to show. We have seen a lot of questions, which is extremely good, because it means there is interest. And the good news is that we will answer all those questions, but we have an answer. If we didn't have anything, we couldn't have an answer. And from my side, I'm just very happy. I don't want to keep the audience too long because we have a cocktail waiting for us. So my side, thank you again for today, and I hope to see you all here tomorrow.
Thank you.